This boy never imagined that the new transfer student would be so remarkable. Not only was she beautiful, but she was also sexy and aloof. No matter whether it was a boy or a girl coming to talk to her, she would pretend not to notice. One girl led the group, preparing to beat her up, having thrown away Mary's favorite comic book. But they didn't know how strong Mary really was. Mary asked them if they had nothing else to do. They just wanted to bully her. Mary gathered her strength and slapped the girl, causing her nose to bleed. Jack, who saw this, was shocked. It reminded him of what happened the day before. Jack was waiting for the tram after school when he saw Mary at the station. She was so beautiful that Jack couldn't stop staring at her. Mary noticed Jack's gaze and felt irritated. That's when Jack realized it was raining heavily. He offered her his umbrella, but Mary thought he was flirting with her. Jack told her to take it, saying her parents would worry if she caught a cold. Mary replied that she might catch a cold too and didn't have anyone who cared about her. She didn't have parents. After hearing this, Jack felt sympathy for her. His response surprised Mary. She took the umbrella, asked for his contact information, and promised to return it later. This was their first meeting, and neither of them imagined they would be entangled for the next 13 years. Jack's family only had his father, who often drank heavily and then beat Jack. When Jack was young, he would argue with his sister, although he couldn't remember the reason anymore. His sister would scream at him, saying she hated him, and Jack hated her in return. But then she told Jack she was just joking, and that she loved him the most. Jack closed the door, not realizing this was the last time he would ever see his sister. Later, to apologize to Jack, his sister tried to catch the unicorn beetle Jack liked, but fell from a tree. His mother couldn't accept the reality and left the family. Jack's father, haunted by the event, began drinking even more, blaming Jack for everything, even though Jack also felt guilty. Every day, Jack lived in pain and regret. One day, Jack ran along the railway track, and a train came from behind him. He jumped into a nearby forest, where there was a dilapidated Tory gate. Jack ventured deeper into the forest, finding a strange tunnel. Then a red light appeared, drawing him in. Jack moved closer and deeper into the tunnel, where he found many maple trees and the temperature dropped. Then he saw a shoe floating in the water. When he picked it up, he saw his sister's name written on the sole. Jack didn't understand why his sister's shoe would be there, but he felt that the tunnel held something very important for him. At that moment, a parrot flew out. It was Jack's pet that had died. The parrot sang a familiar song that Jack knew well. Jack stared at the tunnel, then suddenly turned and ran back. He brought something real with him from the tunnel. Jack's father felt something was wrong when he entered Jack's room. He hugged Jack tightly, telling him not to leave. Jack was shocked. His father said Jack had been gone for a week, but Jack remembered he had only left a few hours ago. Jack looked at his phone. It was dead, but when he charged it and turned it back on, there were a week's worth of messages. It turned out that everything was real. After returning to school, Jack pretended to be sick. After school, he went back to the tunnel, and now he understood what it was. It was the urban legend of the Urani tunnel. According to the legend, anyone who enters the tunnel can get whatever they desire, but at a cost. Jack entered the tunnel again, determined to bring back his sister. But after walking a few steps, he heard Mary's voice behind him. She had followed him. Jack wanted to turn back, but when they entered the tunnel, it was still afternoon. In those few seconds, 5 hours had passed. Jack began to explain, and Mary understood everything. Mary told Jack to walk through the tunnel with her because they both had things they wanted. Jack agreed. This became their secret. Every day, they would meet at the entrance of the road. To avoid drawing attention, they would leave school separately and never take the same tram. Mary came up with a plan to use phone calls to track the time flow inside the tunnel. When the call ended, they would immediately run back. They calculated that staying for 3 seconds in the tunnel equaled 3 hours outside, and 1 day inside was equivalent to 6 years outside. They also found that they could send text messages inside, but the phone would hang up when they passed through the maple